What's up, YouTube? Roger with Rabbits RCs here. Today we're going to be doing upgrades on the Remo Hobby crawler. I got some pieces and parts in, and we are going to get to it. First thing we're going to do, we are upgrading the low center of gravity with these 1.9 inch beadlock wheels. Super sharp, really reasonable. I got them on Amazon for like 36 bucks for all four. The good thing about them, they're very, very heavy to get all that weight down low. 616 grams for the set. Second upgrade we're going to do is nice, soft tires. These are labeled All-Star Hobby or whatever, but they're actually Endura tires that I got. These were like $24, I believe. I'm going to put links to both of these down in the description. But we are going to put these on the Remo Hobby today. I'm going to put the camera down closer, get a little view of the work desk, which is right now a mess. I've already assembled 3 of these, but I'm going to show you how we're going to assemble these. Take you step by step. I've never done these before today. They were a pain to get started, but if you've done them before, it may not be that bad. I've just never worked with a set of aluminum beadlocks before. So I've done 3 now. They've gotten easier every tire that I've put on. Easier and easier each step. So this should be the last one. So this should go pretty smoothly according to theory. But without further ado, I'm going to get started on that. We'll go ahead, get a different view going here so you can see what I'm doing. And then we'll get this last one assembled and put on the truck, and then see how that truck looks after these wheels and tires. Alright guys, we're going to get into this. I had to disconnect my microphone, so hopefully the audio is still going to be able to be heard. So we're going to start off by taking the screws out of the center cap. I know you can't see that, I'll hold it at an angle. Take these out real quick. Alright. Those are nice aluminum center caps too. These are really high quality wheels. I don't know if I can adjust the light so that y'all can see the quality of these wheels. See if we can get it. There we go. That's a little better. But these wheels are like really super nice, detailed. Whoop, wrong direction. There we go. I love these wheels. I love the way they look, and I love the fact that they weren't stupid expensive. I was looking on some of them, and I mean some of them were upwards of $60-70 for just the wheels without the tires, and for the same price I was able to get wheels and tires. So alright, so there's the first part. Nice heavy duty. Hear that? Heavy weight in the center. Alright, so what we're going to do is take the tire, take the foam. I'm sure everybody's got their own little ways of doing this. I just kind of bunch the foam up, a little ball. Shove it down the center of this tire here. Pull the sides up around it. Make sure it's in on the back side, and just kind of go back in there and smush that out to all the sides. And there we go there. So what I've found to be the easiest way so far is, instead of starting with the centerpiece, is to start with the back bead. Once I start with the back bead, then I can go in through the front side with the centerpiece and bite down on that back portion. What we want to do is come back here, kind of pull that tire into place around that back bead, so that that back bead goes as far through that centerpiece as possible to make starting these bolts a little bit easier. You can see right there, there's where the edge of the tire is supposed to meet the back of that bead. Now that I've got that on there, you can see where that black portion of the back part is sitting nice and tall. I take the old wheel to set that back bead against, And then I'll slowly start working the front bead up and around that center portion. Once that's in there, we kind of just work that into that little incision point there, all the way around. Just push that in there. Alright, so that's nice and seated. Let's see if I can show you that. See all the holes all the way around. And then what we do is take this front aluminum piece and try to line it up the best that we can against that back piece. And I do the same thing. I just go around the front, kind of pulling that tire out to where it needs to be set, so that they get as close as possible, because these screws that they give you, they're really small. They don't give you a whole lot of threads to try to reach through and grab the bottom portion, so you got to try to get them as tight as you can before you even get started. What I've done to help me out, I got me a little light here, and I shine the light through the holes to see if I'm even close to being on like that. Alright, now that those holes are close, I found a little secret. What I do is I take these toothpicks, kind of go in the, find the holes, line them up the best I can. Once I line them up, I put a toothpick in there, and it kind of helps you line it up all the way around without having to get those screws started right away. And that helps just hold that wheel in place while I try to get these started. And of course, whenever you're dealing with aluminum, you want to make sure to grab your Loctite, your blue Loctite. And what I've been doing is I just kind of set a little drop right there. You don't need much, just enough to get those threads wet and get started. So I'll just grab a screw, put it on like that, and just kind of dip it in there. See, I got some Loctite on there. And I just start the process of trying to lock these beads in. Like I said, it's not the easiest thing to do, but once you get started, you'll know that you got it started in there. And that's the hardest part, is just getting started. I'm gonna go ahead and throw a couple more of these toothpicks in here, maybe over here on this side. See, that one looks like it's ready to go, so I'm just going to go ahead and try to start that one from that side. Once you get the first two started, everything else goes really smoothly. Like I said, this is by far the hardest part, is just getting the screws started. You can always check the back, See if it looks like your screws are starting. And it'll also give you an idea of how far off you actually are from actually getting started. And you know, you fight and argue with these things until they actually decide they want to do what you want them to do. Like I said, this is my first time doing beadlock wheels, so if y'all have any tips to help out with this, put them down there in the comments. I'd be happy to see what you guys are recommending, because this is the biggest pain that I've had so far with this truck, is just trying to get these started and lined up. I'm not able to get that screw started, so I'm going to try another hole. You should try to go from one side straight across to the other, but sometimes one hole just looks like it just lines up so much better. And a lot of times they look like that and they don't. Sorry you can't see anything that I'm doing right now. I'm trying to get this screw to get started, and sometimes when you line it up you just got to go for it. And pull these out and see where I'm at. See if I've actually gotten started at all. Oh, need some more screws. That's another thing I like about this set, is they actually give you a couple extras. So if you happen to drop one in the carpet and ain't able to find it, you have a backup. Or if you're out on the trail and one of them just backs out on you because you didn't put enough Loctite, or you forgot to put Loctite, you have a spare or two in there. These things do take a lot of pressure to get them started, but once you get them in there, they start working out pretty damn well. It's just the hardest part, is get them started. I did the last one in 5 minutes. I don't know why this one's being stubborn with me today. But we'll just keep working at it until we get the second one started. Alright guys, it's been about 3 minutes. Just had to find a good one. And what I did is, you want to go from one, let's see, make this a little brighter here. I want to go from, cut that off. Alright, you want to go from like one side to the opposite side. What I ended up having to do is I went from this side to this side, across to this side, and then over to this side. Now I've got all 4 corners pretty much done. I just got them started, so I ain't snugged them all down. So what we're going to do, I'm going to put another drop of our Loctite over here. Just dip that in there. In the hole. Start backwards so you don't cross thread it. Get it started, and then on to the next one. And once you get those in there, you just keep going cross side. It's the easiest way to do it. And then once you get all 8 of them in there, and we'll go oh, just had a moth fly in here. Oh, shoot. Huh. Somebody must have left the door open. Let's see if I can get this a little bit more under the camera there. So then I'm just going to go snug these down. Remember, you're dealing with tiny aluminum screws, so you don't want to go, you know, ridiculously tight. And then you go cross corner on both sides. Snug. Oh, that one took my drill bit, or my screwdriver bit. And just kind of snug them up nice and snug. That Loctite is going to help them stay tightened in once you get everything done anyway. So just snug up all 8 of these. Here we go. And the final one, we'll give that a snug. Get the Loctite off that wheel. Oh, look at there. Look how sharp that is. That is a gorgeous wheel. And of course, once we mount it, did I lose? I lose everything. Where'd it go? There it is. And once that center cap sits on there, I mean, that's going to be gorgeous sitting on that truck. So let me go ahead, we'll install that. My truck, please, sir. Have my son bring my truck over. Like I said, they do give you some extras, which is really nice. You got more extras of the small screws than the big ones, but your beadlock's probably not going to be the part that comes undone. It's more than likely going to be. Let me pan out a little bit. There we go. Now that we're panned out a little bit and we can actually see some stuff, move all this stuff out of the way. Go ahead and throw this wheel on here. We're good on that. Where's my hex nuts? Like I said, I lose everything. I have a nut driver right here. Just take that hex. Put that hex nut right on there. That's something else I want to show y'all. Get it snugged up. I love this hex driver because this thing fits snugly right down inside that wheel, and you can get it submerged inside the wheel. So that wheel opening is just big enough that you can work your tools in there without getting everything stuck. And I'm going to sit here. I want to switch the bits on this to a smaller I believe this is a 1.5, and we'll take these, and just like the outside of the bead, just gonna sit there and get a little drop on there. Now these, you don't want to snug these down until you get all 5 in, so I'll just get them started. Dip in some blue stuff. Get them started. Go ahead, we'll grab another one. We'll get that one started over here. I don't know. My hand's probably in the way because I got big fat hands and they always seem to be in the way. If my hand's not in the way, my hat's in the way. If my hat's not in the way, my head's in the way. It'll work out. Alright. And for the final one, go ahead. Dip that one in there. And we'll go all the way down with that one. And just like working on a car, you skip one, go to the next one, skip one, go to the next one. It just seems to work better that way. That way you don't get one side completely tightened down and the other side doesn't want to budge. It just works everything down nice and evenly. Alright. Like I said, once again, you're working with small metal screws, so you're not trying to completely wrench them down, get them all stupid tight, but I'm going to go ahead and we're going to put some light on this subject and show you a side view of this truck. Alright guys, check that out. There's those wheels, my truck. Just sets it off with that red. As you can see, I've got red shock tower mount for the suspension up underneath there, so that kind of goes back through it. See if we can change the temperature, the color on this. There we go. Too bright. There we go. That just makes that truck look so much better. And we're gonna go get some run video of this. I'll probably do that tomorrow and then I'll edit the video and post it up for you guys, but that's gonna help bring the weight of this body. Oop. It'd help if I'd had the pins in there, but that'll help with the weight of this body, keep everything down low, get that center of gravity a little bit lower so we don't tip over as much. Alright guys,